31 infants across 15 states, all hospitalized after consuming a formula marketed as clean label and parent trusted. By November 2025, ByHeart's botulism crisis had become the industry's most shocking betrayal. But it's just one of 6 formulas we're exposing today, alongside 3 hidden gems that actually earned your trust. From contamination scandals to regulatory failures, each brand made this list for a documented reason, starting with one that blindsided parents nationwide. First up, every formula in this investigation was judged against a clear, parent-focused checklist, one designed to cut through marketing claims and reveal real safety and nutritional risks. The scoring pillars began with documented contamination history. Any product linked to outbreaks of serious pathogens, like Clostridium botulinum or Chronobacter sakazaki, was flagged, regardless of whether the brand promoted itself as clean label, premium, or pediatrician approved. Next, recent recall or litigation history played a decisive role. Formulas that faced FDA-backed recalls in the past 18 months or were tied to ongoing lawsuits involving infant harm moved directly into the never buy category. Heavy metal and PFAS testing results formed the third pillar. Only formulas with independently verified contaminant levels below the strictest guidance of the EPA and the FDA, arsenic under 10 parts per billion, lead under 0.2 micrograms per gram, and non-detectable PFAS, escaped penalty. Consumer Reports' 2025 lab survey was a primary reference, and any product exceeding these numeric thresholds lost points, even if labeled organic or hypoallergenic. Manufacturing transparency was another requirement. Brands were scored on whether they disclosed batch-level certificates of analysis, third-party lab results, and supply chain details. The presence of USDA Organic, Clean Label Project, or EU and EFSA certifications added to a formula's score, but only when backed by public documentation. If a company failed to submit a pre-market notification to the FDA or its production facility lacked recent inspection reports, the formula was treated as a regulatory risk, no matter how niche or ethnically targeted the marketing. Nutritional adequacy was non-negotiable. Each formula label was checked against FDA and Codex Alimentarius standards for protein, fat, iron, DHA, and osmolality. Products that fell short on any essential nutrient or that exceeded the maximum osmolality of 450 milliosmoles per kilogram were marked as unsuitable for infant feeding. Specialty formulas, like hypoallergenic or amino acid-based blends, were evaluated for clinical appropriateness and allergen disclosure, with an added review of any adverse event reports filed with the FDA or the CDC. Finally, price versus value was considered. Specialty or organic formulas command higher shelf prices, but only those that delivered clear safety, transparency, and nutritional advantages earned a positive recommendation. The scoring system subtracted for premium pricing without corresponding benefits, and formulas with hidden costs, like those prone to shortage-driven price spikes, were called out for failing to deliver on value. This methodology set a strict, evidence-based yardstick. Every never-buy formula in the countdown failed at least one primary pillar, whether through a contamination event, a recall, excessive contaminant levels, or a lack of transparency. In contrast, the 3 hidden gems met every numeric standard, provided full documentation, and offered clean label assurances that could be independently verified. For parents, this checklist offers a repeatable way to assess any formula on the market, long after the latest recall fades from the headlines. Number 6 spot goes to ByHeart, a brand that entered the market promising clean label, premium nutrition, and full transparency. In November 2025, those assurances unraveled when health departments in California and Illinois linked ByHeart's powdered formula to a nationwide spike in infant botulism. 31 infants across 15 states were hospitalized with confirmed or suspected cases. The FDA investigation found Clostridium botulinum type A in both finished product samples and a core milk ingredient, with whole genome sequencing confirming a genetic match between the clinical, ingredient, and product isolates. Despite ByHeart's messaging around safety and ingredient purity, the outbreak became the largest formula-linked botulism event in United States history. No production fault has been pinpointed, but the recall, covering all batches, shattered parent trust in the brand's clean label claims. Number 5 is Similac and its specialty lines Alimentum and Elecare, produced by Abbott. In February 2022, Abbott issued a voluntary recall after Chronobacter sakazaki was discovered at its Sturgis, Michigan plant. The recall covered specific lots of Similac, Alimentum, and Elecare, but the consequences went far beyond shelf removal. By 2023, 2 severe outcomes were directly tied to the recalled formula: a preterm infant's death in Kentucky and permanent brain injury in a Missouri newborn. Hundreds of lawsuits remain active, with families alleging Abbott failed to warn parents, especially those with preterm babies, about the risk of necrotizing enterocolitis linked to cow milk-based formulas. The brand's reputation for pediatrician trust and clinical backing could not shield it from the fallout of both bacterial contamination and failure to warn litigation. Number 4 is Enfamil, the flagship formula from Mead Johnson, now owned by Reckitt. In February 2023, Reckitt recalled 145,000 cans of Enfamil Pro-Sobi after Chronobacter contamination was confirmed, but the recall is only part of the story. Ongoing litigation alleges Mead Johnson aggressively marketed standard cow milk formula to parents of preterm infants, despite decades-old studies connecting such products to necrotizing enterocolitis. Lawsuits filed between 2023 and 2025 accuse the company of suppressing internal safety data and misleading clinicians about the risks. The combination of recall-driven shortages and mounting legal claims has left many parents questioning whether industry assurances of safety and science-backed nutrition are enough. Number 3 is Elecare Hypoallergenic, also from Abbott, which faced a different kind of red flag in 2025. Consumer Reports' independent lab testing found Elecare contained 19.7 parts per billion of inorganic arsenic, almost double the EPA drinking water limit of 10 parts per billion. This placed Elecare among the highest arsenic formulas tested that year, raising serious doubts about its premium hypoallergenic positioning. While marketed as a solution for infants with severe allergies, the elevated arsenic levels challenge the notion that specialty or medical-grade formulas are inherently safer. For parents seeking refuge in specialty blends, the findings underscored the need for independent contaminant testing, not just clinical claims. Number 2 is Gerber Good Start, produced by Perrigo. On March 17, 2023, Gerber recalled its Good Start Soothe Pro formula after Chronobacter sakazaki was detected at the Eau Claire, Wisconsin facility. The recall highlighted a recurring pattern. Even brands long trusted by pediatricians and marketed as gentle or easy to digest have been vulnerable to bacterial contamination. That recall served as a warning that no brand, no matter how established or widely recommended, can be considered immune from lapses in production hygiene or the risks posed by opportunistic pathogens. And finally, in first place, Crecolac and Pharmalac represent a hidden danger that flies under the regulatory radar. In August 2025, independent laboratory testing found Chronobacter sakazaki in Crecolac Infant 0 to 12, manufactured by Dairy Manufacturers Incorporated. Unlike the other brands, Crecolac never submitted a required FDA pre-market notification for its infant formula, a basic legal step for any product claiming to meet infant nutritional needs. Despite the contamination finding, no FDA recall or warning has been issued, and the product remains on some store shelves, particularly in ethnic markets. The absence of formal regulatory action makes Crecolac especially risky. Parents have no way to verify its safety or recall status through official channels. This case exposes the gaps in oversight that allow unvetted formulas to reach the hands of caregivers, putting infants at risk outside the media spotlight. Bobby sets a new standard for ingredient transparency and contaminant purity among formulas made in the United States. Produced by Perrigo, a company with more than 30 years in the field, Bobby is certified by the USDA as organic and holds the Clean Label Project Purity Award and pesticide-free certification. The formula avoids palm oil, corn syrup, and maltodextrin, relying instead on organic lactose and dairy-derived whey protein isolate. Each batch meets FDA nutrient standards and surpasses them in ingredient purity, with DHA sourced from algae and ARA from marine fish oil, aligning with recommendations from leading pediatric and international authorities. Bobby's approach to third-party testing and public documentation stands out in a market where many brands still keep their lab results private. Kendamil Classic brings a European perspective, rooted in England's Lake District since 1962. Using whole milk from grass-fed British cows, Kendamil skips both palm oil and soy. The formula includes milk fat globule membrane, an element found in breast milk but missing from most American brands. DHA and ARA are algae-derived, and the product meets the higher contaminant and nutritional standards set by the European Food Safety Authority. Transparency is built into the process, with batch-level certificates of analysis available and regular audits by UK and EU food safety authorities. Kendamil's focus on whole milk fats and minimal processing creates a nutritional profile that closely mirrors human milk. Nara Organics, launched in 2025 and manufactured in Germany, is the first formula for the United States market to combine USDA organic certification with whole milk, excluding skim milk, palm oil, soy, and added sugars. Meeting both European and United States requirements for DHA and ARA, all omega-3s are algae-sourced. Nara Organics holds the Clean Label Project Purity Award, provides public certificates of analysis, and undergoes regular inspections by both German and United States regulators. Its supply chain is fully documented from farm to can, offering a new gold standard for transparency. These three formulas offer families practical, data-backed alternatives, each meeting or exceeding the strictest benchmarks for nutrition, contaminant control, and manufacturing transparency and safety. Across all 9 formulas, one fact stands out: glossy packaging and trusted names can hide real safety risks. Testing exposes toxic metals, recalls, and lawsuits, while true transparency remains rare. For parents, trust is not a label. It is the result of vigilance. Hidden gems exist, but blind faith is dangerous.